Hi, good morning, everybody. TGIF, and welcome once again. Here we are. It's a Friday, and every Friday at this time, we present to you the coffee hour. That's what this is all about. My name is Frank Allan. Thank you so much for joining us for this Friday morning. We have so much to do today and so much to talk about. We're going to be here for a whole full hour with you. We hope that you can enjoy us. And of course, wherever you are, you may be at work, on your computer, and you want to take that coffee break, which some companies allow you to take a 15-minute coffee break. But if that's all you have, take that 15 minutes, stay at your desk, turn on your computer, watch us, and stay with us for the whole hour. And after your 15 minutes is over, maybe you can sort of like multitask. In other words, work and watch the show at the same time. But forever, how long you can stay with us, we thank you for that much time. And thank you all for being with us. And we want to say hello to all of you who are watching us on YouTube, because as you already know, we usually simulcast between YouTube and Facebook. Now, Facebook we're not using today. We're not going to be back for another 2 weeks, but I'll tell you more about that. We're off the air with them. We'll go into detail about that a little later on. But right now we're on YouTube, so I just want to say hello and wave to all of you guys there. Later on in the program, we've got a great feature coming up, 20 minutes past the hour, which starts our 2020 feature. Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports with Sports Update. DJ Pete, normally here 20 to the hour with his feature of entertainment and reciting all of those birthdays of entertainments of the week. Will not be here today, but we're going to be filling in for him. We have all of his information that he sent to us right throughout the week. So the show goes on. We keep moving along, and hopefully DJ Pete will be back here next week, but we'll learn more about that later. So, ladies and gentlemen, why don't we raise our cups, our glasses, and enjoy, because what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. The weather calls for iced coffee today. And speaking of the weather, when you come in, please give us your weather forecast if you decide to chat with us, because I will see you right there on the big screen. And if you have anything else to say, if you want to join in on the conversation or you want to create a conversation, we're always able to do that. We will do that. And we'll acknowledge you and entertain you. So in the meantime, we're going to, later on in the program as well, we're going to give you information about my picks of classic movies of the weekend. We do have some for you. We're going to tell you about that. I always pick out some classic movies from Turner Classic Movies that I think you're going to enjoy to sort of like add to your weekend if you need to watch some movies. We'll talk more about that later. As you already know, we have, as I said before, if you're just joining us, we've been simulcasting, but we'll talk about the Facebook deal in a minute. But in the meantime, I want to thank all of you for being with us. And you heard on the news that the DJ, he's not a doctor, Biz Markie, you heard about him, the famous rapper. They had a memorial for him this week. So they're sending him off, all of his fans and friends, they came out to send them off. And so and that's the way it is. But thank you so much. And wow, we're going to start our show as we always do with that little hand clap, right? We give that hand clap each week because that hand clap, of course, it goes out to you as well because you're part of this show and you make us part of the show. And thank you so much for doing that. But also that hand clap is for all of the people, like the doctors and the nurses and all other hospital personnel who pitched in for this whole past year when we had the coronavirus going on and people were in the hospitals. And also, you can't forget about the first responders like the firefighters and the police officers that always pitch in too. New Yorkers are great, and I'm pretty sure in your part of the world too, and your part of different parts of the country where you are, I'm pretty sure they did the same thing. But we just want to send a hearty hand clap to all of you, all around the world, because this thing is global. You already know that, right? And we're going to need them more than ever before because hospital numbers have gone up, death numbers have gone up once again. We have, in conjunction with this COVID-19, we also have the Delta variant. Of course, you already know about that. And it's a scary time because I also heard in the news that another wave of another variant is coming in. So that means we have to proceed with caution. Things have changed a little bit, as you already know. People who were vaccinated didn't have to wear their mask indoors or outdoors. Now some of that is changing. Now they're urging you to wear your mask indoors. A lot of the merchants, a lot of I guess supermarkets and grocery stores, and not to mention restaurants and bars, all taking precaution too. And you have to wear your mask indoors. They're urging you to wear your mask indoors. Now, some of these people, these same people, are actually going to police whether people have been vaccinated or not. You know, and of course, so you can prove that very easily because when you're vaccinated, you get that card proving that you were vaccinated. And some of the places where people work, like the federal government, they're saying now that, you know, in order to keep your job, you'll either have to get vaccinated or take a test every week, the corona test every week. That's the COVID-19 test every week. And you have to submit that proof to them each week if you're not taking the vaccination. Now, I would say, given the choice, what would you rather have? Taking the vaccination and just taking it easy, or have to go and take that test every week? I couldn't see myself taking that test every week. So, we always encourage people to go vaccination. Take that route. That's what I always say. That's not a demand. That's just, I'm actually more than less pleading with people to do it because it's an important thing. It's important to me, and it should be important to you, and also important to your loved ones, your children, your family and friends, all of that. People surround you every day, people that you meet on the street. We need to protect each other. The humanity, we don't want that to walk out the door. We want to keep that going. And so that's why we urge you to do so. We also have the number, as you always know, that each week I have, if you look up, you're watching YouTube, if you look up in the chat section, way at the top, it's always going to be there when we come on the air. And you see it right there with my email address and my telephone number. And also there's a thing, what they call COVID-19 test. Right next to it, there's a telephone number that I give to you each week. And I hope that you would use it. The number is 718-638-7682. That number will always be there. Each week when we come on the air, we present that number. And those of the people who don't get a chance to watch us in real time and only watch the rerun of the show, of course, that number will be there as well. So we'll never miss the opportunity of making sure that you have all of that information. Now, that's just the New York local number. I'm pretty sure there are numbers in your area wherever you are. There are local numbers in your area wherever you are, local websites. And all you have to do is a matter of just Googling it, because Google takes you anywhere you want to go. And of course, you have all of the websites. Please use those. They're very important. If, by the way, you have questions, they'll have the answers for you. You could actually talk to someone live, I would assume. You could talk to someone live and get the information that you need to know. But again, if you walk out on your streets, depending on where you live, you see a lot of buses. You notice a lot of buses. They're out there giving these free vaccinations and these free COVID-19 tests, as opposed to going to your doctor. I'm pretty sure your doctor, if he has a supply of these vaccines, I'm pretty sure you can do it then. You can go to your pharmacist and do that. And you can't escape it. It's right there for whenever you need it. And they're talking about later on possibly taking a third vaccination. We don't know that yet. We'll have to stay in tune with the science and with the CDC giving us information later on whether or not we should do that. But whatever it is, whatever it takes, please do it. I am going to do it, and I am fully vaccinated, but I still have to follow suit like everyone else and make sure everyone is safe. Now, even if you're vaccinated, right? You're vaccinated for, let's say, I don't know, weeks on. You could be weeks on, months on. And, maybe like me, I was vaccinated in April. And what that at that particular time, the vaccine had kicked in, and still at this particular point, even now being vaccinated, I have to make sure that I'm still protecting people by wearing my mask, because just because you're vaccinated, that doesn't mean you can't get the or spread the virus to someone. It could be embedded in you, and you can still spread it on. So you don't want to do that. So that's why they urging you to wear your mask if you're outdoors, if you're vaccinated, if you're outdoors. Maybe you can get away with it a little bit, but if you're in close quarters with other people that you don't know, it's always good for you to do that. It's always good for you to do that to make sure that you don't spread the disease to anyone. And that's the way that is. Okay, we're going to have our weather forecast. We'll tell you more about, we'll get more into that later on. But right now, I want to give my weather forecast. Those of you who are going to come in later on, please make sure that you have your weather forecast available. So, of course, we can make sure that we'll have that. That we always ask people to do that. But so I just want to say hi to all of you guys who are coming in. Brian Camp will be along in just a few minutes, and we'll continue with our program that way. Okay, here's what we have today. Is here in New York. This is New York weather right now. We're already up at this particular point to 81 degrees, and it doesn't look like any wet weather. We may have clouds here and there right throughout the week, or right throughout the weekend, but it doesn't say any rain in the forecast. But this is how it goes right now. For today, it's going to be sunshine, and a few afternoon clouds. Will have a high 88 degrees. Winds will be south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, it'll be partly cloudy skies early, and we'll give way to cloudy skies late. Now, low 72 degrees. Winds will be southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And let's see, for tomorrow, Saturday will be cloudy skies. We'll have a high 86 degrees. Winds will be south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for Saturday night, it's going to be cloudy with a few showers, low around 70 degrees. Winds will be southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 40%. And as we wrap up our weekend, for Sunday, intervals of clouds and sunshine, we'll have a high 86 degrees. Winds will be light and variable. And continuing as we repeat, our present temperature is 81 degrees right now. But right presently, as I speak, here in New York, there's some sunshine out right now. But they say clouds may be, but it doesn't contain any damp weather. So that's our weather forecast. And as I said, we urge you to, when you come in, to give your weather, and we look forward to that. And you're just about a few minutes away from Brian Camp with sports, and that's all coming up. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, excuse me while I shoot up. Nice and cold and delicious. That's coffee. Like they used to say in the old days, that's coffee or coffee. It was an old, it was an old commercial. Back in those days, a coffee commercial, they used to say that it's the coffee or coffee. Okay, we're going to spend more time, as you already know, we're spending time communicating with you. And of course, if you have anything that you want to talk about, of course, we're always here to entertain you and make sure that you get involved in the conversation wherever you are. Now, those of you who remember that we told you earlier about our Facebook, let me take a little time to tell you about that. We were banned from Facebook as far as broadcasting goes. We were banned from Facebook. Now, if you follow me on Facebook, you'll notice that I put a post up there on the reason why they banned us. I think it was a ridiculous reason, and that's why I always call on Facebook or a representative if they're watching to let us know, why we were banned, why we were really banned, because that couldn't really be the reason why we were banned. But if you go onto my Facebook page, you'll see what it is. Now, we have 13 days left. According to them, we have 13 days left. And after those 13 days, we will be back on the air. Therefore, on the 19th, which is in about 2 weeks, on the 19th, Thursday, the 19th, we'll be back on the air. So that brings us back in time when we'll be doing Talk Back Live, and then next week we'll be here. On 2 weeks we'll be here live, both on Facebook. So that trial, that's only 13 days left. 13 days left. That's all we have left, and we'll be back in action. But I still reach out to Facebook and find out, why, because there are certain reasons, and a lot of you who are on Facebook have probably went through the same issue, and you wonder why they don't give you any information, because Facebook is not the kind of entity that you go on, or if you have a problem, or if you have to contact someone, finding out what problems occur, why they occur, because of course you already know that Facebook encounters a lot of problems, technical problems too. And a lot of times we don't know about it, and why the only way we actually know about it is interacting with other Facebook friends and finding out whether or not if they had the same problems that you had. And that's the only way you know. There's no number. DJ Pete gave me a few numbers last week into contacting Facebook. I didn't use them yet. I'm going to actually give it a try later on when I get off the air. But other than that, there are no way to get in touch with these people, no administrative help or anything like that. And so that doesn't really leave much. So with all of the changes that Facebook go through, I think they should consider that one of the changes is to make sure that we interact more of our clientele, more of the people that follow us or be with us, to take the time out to use our products, and just do that. Now, I'm pretty sure people who advertise on Facebook have no problem getting to them. I'm pretty sure of that. And it should be the same way with us. Not that we're selling anything, only our shows. That's all we do. We just put our shows out there. And but we don't have the opportunity or the any way to get in touch with them. But I'm pretty sure the people who buy time, commercial time on Facebook, they have no problem contacting them. I'm pretty sure of that. So that's the story. So you can look forward to being with us on Facebook, or we're being with you on Facebook in 2 weeks. That's the 19th of August. And the 19th of August, of course, that's when we're going to just take us in time. That will be the same night we go on the air on Talkback Live. We'll start it off then. And we look forward to that. Anyway, that's the story on that one. And of course, if any other information occur in that vein, we will certainly let you know. We will give you the opportunity to discuss if you have any problems with Facebook. If you want to talk about that, you want to share feelings about Facebook, you can do that. But in the meantime, I'm just hoping that each week when I post the show, the promo of the show, and I always give the website to direct us here while we're not on Facebook. I'm just hoping people who normally follow us have the foresight to do that, know to come here. Now, some people may not even know. Some people may have been looking for us and wondering where we are and not being aware if they did not check my website to see that I direct you here to YouTube. And some people may not have the foresight. But rest assured that we will have, after this show is over, after this live show is over, we are going to post this very show on Facebook, so no one gets to miss it. You can watch the rerun. It's not like being there live and in person, but you will get a chance to see it anyway. Okay, so we do that each week. We do that with our show Talk Back Live, and we'll certainly do it with the coffee hour directly after this show, which will be at 11, a little bit after 11 a.m. Eastern. We'll be have this posted on Facebook. We try to do things in a fast way, make sure everybody, gets surrounded on that. Anyway, it's 19 and a half minutes past the hour right now. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour, and my name is Frank Allan. We thank you so much for being along with us. Just in case you're just joining us, and you're joining us for the first time, don't make it your last time. Always be a part of us. Now, we also encourage you, and since we are only talking to people in the YouTube community right now, we urge you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And this way, You'll get a chance to see this show every week. Whenever we go on the air, you'll be notified. You'll have a notification, and then you can tune right in to us. So please subscribe to us. And of course, as I said, we're here every Friday. And even when we if you subscribe to us, you'll also know when we're on Talkback Live when that comes on, and all things that we post, everything that we post, even pre-recorded things, you'll get notified to that, and it would be nice. So if you can do that, that would be great. Right now, we're going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I hope it's a sunny day over there because it's nice so far over here. We've got Brian Camp on the line with the latest developments in today's world of sports. How's it going, Brian?
Everything is going well. Can't complain. Thank you. Hope everyone is doing well out there in YouTube land. It's 79 degrees going up to 82 here in Charlotte. The sun is out. And it's good to have some good weather here. It's not hot, but right now it is great weather and everything. Get to some sports here. In the NHL, San Jose Sharks forward Evander Kane on Sunday vehemently denied allegations made by his wife that he bet on his own games and has intentionally tried to lose for gambling profit claims that are being investigated by the NHL. Now, Kane states that, this is his words, "I've never gambled bet on hockey, never gambled bet on Sharks game, never gambled bet on any of my games, and never thrown a hockey game. An investigation will be looked at." So that's where we stand right now. In the football, growing concerns about players refusing to get vaccinated can be derail games being played in the middle of the week and cancellation of games. Financially, it can hit players in their pocket. So they're trying to get more players to, get vaccinated. And, this is where we stand, The National Football Players Association proposed vaccination players to get tested more often than current protocols require. Currently, vaccinated players only have to be tested for COVID-19 every 14 days, while unvaccinated players have to be tested every day. So that's where we stand. Minnesota Vikings released cornerback Jeff Gladney on Tuesday after he was indicted by his Texas jury on a charge of felony assault against a woman with whom he was previous in a relationship. He is charged with domestic violence by impeding breathing, for intentionally knowing and recklessly causing body injury and applying pressure to the woman's neck and throat to the indictment. So he's going. Anytime that you've been involved with that, some kind of domestic violence, the NFL is very strict about that. They will either get rid of you or you will be out of the league permanently. So he might get another chance, depending on how good he is and how many teams that's really desperate. Major League Baseball, breaking news, another New York Yankee, as of today or late last night, Gary Sanchez came up positive. So this is the third Yankee that came up positive. The New York Yankee, Garrett Cole, was tested positive for COVID-19. He was informed of a positive test on Monday's game in the second inning. Early this month, Aaron Judge and six players among that tested positive. The second member of the New York Yankees rotation was tested for COVID-19. Left-handed Jordan Montgomery, and just like what I just said just a little while ago, Gary Sanchez, the catcher. Aaron Boone, Yankee manager, says as of right now, only 2 pitchers have tested positive. Well, 2 pitchers, now a catcher. So that's where we stand. So this thing in sports, in 1952, the St. Louis Browns veteran pitcher Satchel Paige becomes the oldest pitcher to win a complete game shutout, 1-0 versus Detroit in 12 innings. They don't even pitch 12 innings anymore, but this was in 1952. 1953 Hall of Fame slugger and future Hall of Famer Ted Williams returns to Boston Red Sox from military service. In Korea, he batted .407 with a batting average. 1963, the Philadelphia NBA franchise changes its name from the Nationals to the 76ers, based on the United States Declaration of Independence in Philadelphia. 1966, Muhammad Ali knocks out English Brian London in round 3 to retain his undisputed world heavyweight title. In 1972, Hank Aaron hits his 660 and 661 home runs with Atlanta Braves, breaking Babe Ruth's major league record of home runs for one team. In 1973, Roberto Clemente, Lawrence Bond, Billy Evans, and Monty Irvin, Mickey Welch, and George High Pockets Kelly were all inducted into the Hall of Fame. 1984, the American athlete Carl Lewis wins long jump at 8.54 meters in his second of 4 gold medals in Los Angeles Olympics. I remember that was the Summer Olympics in 1984. In 1990, Jim Palmer and Joe Morgan were inducted into Baseball Hall of Fame. And birthday, David Robinson, NBA champion, Olympic gold medal in 1972, was born in Key West, Florida. And if you ever watch ESPN, which I do a lot, Mike Greenberg, 1967, and Max Kellerman in 1973, both share birthdays on the same day. So happy birthday to all 3 men, and wishing them the best. And that's sports.
Oh God, boy, you know, with the virus, these guys are catching the coronavirus. This breaking news was last night, right? Late last night, you say, when he caught was diagnosed for a coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's like the third.
This is really getting out of hand. This virus is not going away.
Yeah, and I think
this virus is not going away.
No time soon. And I think these Yankees who were caught the virus, I think they were already vaccinated already. I think they were all vaccinated already. But which goes to show you that even being vaccinated, you could still spread it. It's not likely you'll wind up in a hospital or a respirator or anything like that, or die. But it's a possibility, even if you're vaccinated, to spread it to someone else. So that's what's going on. Yeah, you're right. And we thought we had the handle on this whole thing, and now we're going backwards. We're going back to square one. We're going back to the mask. 6 feet distance, not yet, but that may be the inevitable. So it's a terrible thing. Hey, my Yankees bounced back last night.
Yes, they did, and they needed that victory. They're not playing a tough team, but a win is a win. You take any win that you can right now.
That's right.
And with all the drama and all the COVID testing and positives that's coming up with the team, they came and earned victory.
Yeah.
So congratulations to your New York Yankees, but they still got a long way to go, though. They're still fighting for a playoff spot.
Honestly, I don't think so. But who knows? Who knows? Miracles happen. Just before you go, do you have a prediction on where sports might go as far as fan participation? Because we got everybody in the stadiums right now. You have any prediction on that?
Of fan participation?
Yeah, you think we may?
I really don't know. I will say this. In the state of Florida, last week, 21,000 new cases came up positive, and it's hard to say. I will say this though: if things get out of hand more and more, we're going to see a repeat of what happened last year, where they're going to cancel games, they're going to cancel a lot of things, and we are just going to see a different sporting venue where games are going to be less, fans are going to be less, but you know, as long as the people that's vaccinated, I think that they're going to ask for people to show their vaccination card
Yeah,
or whatever in order to keep things going.
yeah,
And this is going to affect the schools too because you know kids are going back to school. If not, some of them are back now, and they're going to have to wear masks. And right now, I just don't think that we're in a good place right now. But the owners are greedy. They want the people to be in the stands because they don't want to lose money, and players don't want to lose money. So it's a wait and see thing.
yeah. I'm kind of nervous about it. I just wanted to get your outlook on that because it's like, you know, we were doing so well. We were doing so well, and now they're talking about another wave. We got this the Delta variant right now. We got another wave of another variant. Another
Yep.
way. They say a new one is coming, and it's scary. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed and urge people to continue to wear their mask and take precautions like they're supposed to be doing. All right, Brian, thanks a lot. We'll catch you back here next week.
All right, everybody enjoy the weekend. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye. That was Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports. He's here every Friday, and he's wrapped up our 2020 feature. And of course, we have the second part of the 2020 feature coming up with DJ Pete, who's not here today. So I'm going to be filling in, doing his part today, and I'll be giving you entertainment news and recite all of those birthdays of the week of some of these entertainers. And yeah, it's one of those things. The news is so depressing now. I was talking on the show last night on Talkback Live last night how depressing a lot of this news is to the point where I'm tapering off watching the news. I don't want to taper off altogether because I want to stay informed like everyone else. But it got to the point. It's just like, wow, I don't want to hear this anymore. I'm tired of it. There's so many aggravating sources. It's not just the virus that's going on that we have. We also have also in the news here in New York City. We had um, yesterday someone shot someone boarding a bus, and he missed his target but shot two other innocent people on the bus. There's always drive-by shootings here in New York. No matter what borough it is, it just happens, and people are getting hurt. Children are being hurt. We also have the news, of course, with the news of our governor, Andrew Cuomo, who's under fire right now for sexual assault. Uh, the Democratic Party is asking him to resign. Actually, they're urging him to really resign and get out and go out with dignity. At this particular point, I think he's going to weigh it out. I think he's going to just go fight it to the end. But if he doesn't, they have the votes to impeach him. So it's a big mess. And you hear all of that one issue on top of another issue, and it's hard to digest. So it's not just the coronavirus, it's everything. And I'm pretty sure in your area, wherever you are right now, wherever you're watching this show, there are things going on other than the coronavirus that we're trying to conquer. We would like to think that if we can conquer a little bit at a time. And I thought maybe that with this coronavirus thing, we were kind of taking shape and going on, and things are getting on. But we still have a lot of work to do. A lot of people are not taking the vaccinations. They refuse to do it. I saw a news article last night. There's a teacher was being interviewed, refuses to take it. And I'm thinking to myself, why would I want to send my children to that teacher? If the teacher is not going to take care of herself or follow precautions and get vaccinated, if not get vaccinated, then taking the test. But she says there's no way, no how anyone could persuade her to take the test, or not the test, or get vaccinated. No way. And she's a school teacher. You figure they would know better. People in high places and prominent positions, you think they would know better, especially if they're working with the public. And of course, there are certain places you're not going to go without wearing a mask, and that's working on flying. If you're flying, or even if you're a an employee of an airline, you're going to wear a mask. You can't say you're not going to wear a mask. You're going to wear a mask. And as Brian said, they're checking now to see if everybody is vaccinated. They want to, uh, make sure that you are. So if you go into a restaurant and of course you want to eat, they're going to check you. They're going to card you, and they're going to want to make sure that you have proof of vaccination. And a lot of people are up in arms about that. They make when they say that, they make that part political. Now they're saying, something, the government is doing this, the government is doing that, but we got to keep everybody safe. We have to keep everybody safe. And if you have children, God, you want to keep them safe. You want to set an example for your children. You want to, babies. And I've said it time and time again. What breaks my heart if I see a parent walking down the street holding their child's hand. These little babies, these toddlers, they're wearing these little tiny masks. That breaks my heart. It breaks my heart to see everybody wear a mask, but it breaks my heart even more to see children wear a mask. They're coming up in an age where they should be running and playing around with other kids and doing the things that children do, and they can't do that because their parents are not allowing them to do it because they want to take care of them, make sure that they're safe, make sure that they're healthy. And so we're not living in that age right now, and we really should. And I just hope, again, as I always say, this is not a demand. I'm just asking you just to, you know, drop the politics, put the politics aside, leave it alone, and go out there and do what you're supposed to do. Go out there and get vaccinated. It doesn't hurt. It's not going to change anything on your physical being. It can only help, add on to more health for you. And I'm just asking people to do that. That's the way to go. That's the way we should do it. Okay, you're watching the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and we're here with you. We're going to be here for another few minutes from now. And of course, a lot of you have just come in, so we want to just say hi to you guys. Thank you so much for being along with us. If you have any issue or anything to say about what I was saying, please say it. We'll see you right there on the big screen. We'll acknowledge you. We'll entertain your thoughts. And we do that. And we do that every Friday, just in case you're just joining us. And if you're joining us for the first time, all you have to do right now is understand that you can be part of us. You don't have to miss a show. You're watching us on YouTube right now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then with that, you'll get information, whatever comes on. Every time we come on, you'll never miss a show. When we post anything, uh, you will be informed of that. You can follow us on that, and you'll be part of us. So please do that. And as I said earlier, in just a couple of weeks, we will be back simulcasting on Facebook. That's what we did. And we started our show on Facebook. And then we came over to YouTube, but Facebook, as they say, put us in jail for 30 days. We have 13 more days left before we're back on the air full time. And so we just want to still reach out to Facebook and let them know that we're aware of what's going on, but we still would like to get answers on why they do the things that they do as far as banning people. And if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see what I posted. I said it earlier. You'll see what I posted on why they took us down for 30 days. It's there. All the explanation is right there, and it'll show you, and you'll be amazed when you see it. You'll say, "What? Just for that?" You know, and that happened like over a year ago, and it seems that things come back to haunt you even after over a year ago. Sometimes even more things come back to you after 5 years. 5 years is dead, forgotten, gone. Just shows you that everything you post, and you got to be very careful of what you post. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do that. Be very careful of what you post, because once you post something on the internet, it's there forever and ever. It's no way it's going to go. It's not going to go away. It's here forever. Long after you're all gone, it's here forever. And so it seems to me that even in social media, there are certain things that your rights are taken away. If they have this thing what they call freedom of expression, and certainly no one's going to take that from you. No one's going to take it from me. But just they seem to just do that. They had people have been banned from Facebook that didn't deserve it. People who deserve to be banned from Facebook are still here. And, what's the deal with that? We got to find out what is the deal with that. Anyway, we're here on the coffee hour, and it's time. It's our 2020 feature. It's 20 minutes to the hour right now, and it's time to. DJ Peter's not with us today, but he left us some information on today's show. Here's something that he started out with. Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead. Talk about him. He was born August 1st, 1942. He passed away August 9th, 1995. It's Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead, were a great group, a rock group. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved Jerry Garcia. Dead, were a great group, a rock group. Everybody loved him. Everybody loved Jerry Garcia. He was like the man. He was the name of the group. His real name was Jerome John Garcia. Jerome Jerry still Jerome John Garcia, and so he would have had a birthday today, celebrating, and we thank him for that. Okay, more to come. Okay, as we move along, what else do we have here? Okay, so the next we have, let's see, Hank Cochran. Hank Cochran was born August 2nd, 1935. He passed away July 15th, 2010. And Hank Cochran is known for his rockabilly music. And those who he may not remember him. He goes back a long way, but he is known for his rockabilly music. And I'm not so sure. I was looking high and low for it, but it didn't mention it. I was just wondering if he was related to Eddie Cochran, who was one of us, also did rock and roll rockabilly. He was famous in the 50s, and he was on one Alan Freed movie. Eddie Cochran. We don't know. Just because you have the last name, that doesn't mean you're related to the person. So that's Hank Cochran. Would have been celebrating his birthday, August 2nd. He was born 1935. August 4th, 1939, Frankie Ford. Frankie Ford, if you remember, if you go back to the 50s, you're a baby boomer, you remember Frankie Ford when he did his big hit Sea Cruise. Okay, so that's Frankie Ford. He was born August 4th, 1939. He passed away September 28th, 2015, which wasn't that long ago. And so there you have that. We also have, let's see, Johnny Maddox. Johnny Maddox was born August 4th, 1927. He died November 27th, 2018. And he was known for his jazz ragtime music. That's the style he had. Jazz ragtime. And ragtime music is good. You don't get to hear it too much anymore, ragtime music, but it's good. It's good music. But see, I'm a universal fellow when it comes to music, so I listen to it all. Satchmo, Louis Armstrong. Satchmo, Louis Armstrong was born. Well, something, they had his date. Some people say he was born in August, and some people say he was born in July. Either July 4th or August 4th. Nobody seems to really know. But he did pass away July 6th, 1971, and he was born in, some people say 1900. Here I have 1901. I really would like to know, the actual date. Nobody really knows. It's just like the baseball player Satchel Paige. Nobody actually knows his real birthday, But Satchmo, Louis Armstrong, you know how you got that name Satchmo, right? He was nicknamed Satchmouth. Satchmouth. So they just kind of carved off the mouth into the M-O. So he'd been called Satchmo, Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong also played in a lot of movies. He was an actor, a trumpet player, and an ambassador of music, an ambassador. So that's how I look into him. Okay, I Love Lucy. All of us love Lucy, right? Lucille Ball was born August 6, 1911. She passed away April 26, 1989. And Lucille Ball, of course, was married to Desi Arnaz, and they got married over the years. Over the years, they had their own production called Desi Lou, and Lucy Arnaz, or Lucille. Well, she's an Arnaz, but Lucille Ball. Lucy Arnaz is the daughter, actually. But Lucille Ball uh, started in dramatic acting. She wasn't the comedian that everybody knew in the beginning, just like James Cagney wasn't a gangster when he started. He was a song and dance man when he started. So a lot of people don't know that Lucille Ball was a tremendous dramatic actress, and but it just shows you what talent she had. She was able to drift from one thing to the other, and she was very sharp, very witty, and that's how she became Lucille Ball. There you go. Okay, Freddie Slack, born August 7th, 1910, and he passed away August 10th, 1965. 1965. That's Freddie Slack. Now, Freddie Slack was known. He was. Let's see. What did he do? Yeah, he was kind of like a swing boogie woogie. That was his music. His music was swing boogie woogie. He goes back to those old years when they were swinging. Love that music, you know. And so that's what he was doing. And so he was known for that kind of music. So his birthday, as I said, would have been August 7th of this week. That just passed already. Also, August 7th, 1926, Stan Freberg was born. He passed away April 7th, 2015. Stan Freberg was known for, let's see, what do we have here? He was known for, well, it says up here, it says Stan Freberg. He was born, as I said, August 7th, and was an American author, an actor, comedian, and a musician too, and a radio personality. He was long before my time. I can't say that I remember him, but there's information right there for you. There's information. See, I don't know everything. And so that's what we have. And birthdays today, by the way. Birthdays today, we have Jerry Horner from the Spice Girls. She's 49 today. Randy DeBarge of the group DeBarge is 63. And the late Abby Lincoln, a jazz singer. She's a jazz singer. The late Abby Lincoln would have been 91. So there you have it. All of those marvelous birthdays of people who made the rock and roll era, the jazz era, comedians, what have you. They're all there. They celebrated their birthdays, and those are the birthdays of the week. And thanks to part of that with DJ Pete, his session of the 2020 feature, and that's his part of the 2020 feature. DJ Pete, by the way, you can catch his radio show, right? You can catch him on www.radioairwave.co.uk. You catch him there every Monday on Mondays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And you could also catch him on WMPG Radio in Portland, Maine, which is his hometown. And if you can't pick up the radio station itself, you could always go to the website, no excuse. That's www.wmpg.org. And you can catch him there every other Tuesday between 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. And all times are Eastern here in the United States and Canada too. So there you go, DJ Pete. And you're tuned to the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. It's 11 minutes to the hour. We've got 11 minutes to go before the top of the hour, and we're going to call it a day. We thank you so much for being along with us. I hope you had a chance to check out my show, my podcast. It's called The Blue Cafe. Now, The Blue Cafe, you can catch that. I love that show. We're in hiatus right now, but we still have shows that probably you haven't heard. They're all hour shows, radio shows. And we talk to people of notoriety, people who who are in entertainment and newsmakers. We talk to those kind of people. And I have 3 interviews on that website right now. You can go to, if you look up there in the chat section, watching on YouTube at the very top, and you see at the bottom it says Blue Cafe, and it has a direct link. You can go to that direct link, and it'll take you right there, and you see there are 3 interviews I have so far. From top to bottom, there's Bobby Rydell, and great interview. They're all hour shows. Bobby Rydell, I had a great pleasure of talking to him, but that was done like in April. And then we had Jimmy Clanton underneath that. Jimmy Clanton, he was the idol of the 50s, as Bobby Rydell was of the 60s. And today's heartthrob is Bobby Wilson. That's the next interview that I did. Bobby Wilson, that's the son of Jackie Wilson. He keeps his father's legacy alive, but he's an artist in his own right. He has his own performance. He may look like him, he may sound like him, but he's only Bobby Wilson. And by the way, Bobby Wilson is a great imitator. He imitates a lot of great people. So does Bobby Rydell, a great imitator. And some of these guys are talented, they're singers, but they do imitations and things like that. Bobby told me that even his dad, Jackie Wilson, had a good imitation of Jimmy Stewart. I never knew that. I never knew that Jackie Wilson was an imitator. I never knew that. But I got to get together with Bobby, and maybe he can send me some material of some of Jackie's work on doing imitations. I would love to hear that, because I never knew that. Maybe you can find something on YouTube too. I'll check out YouTube as well, because you can possibly get anything on YouTube. So there you go. You have it right there. And we are here up until we've got a few minutes more to go. It's 8 minutes before the top of the hour. And once again, excuse me while I shoot up. Okay. So it's good to know, as I said, it's good to know that we're going to be back. All of us are going to be back on Facebook pretty soon. And they gave us a little tap on the wrist. We'll be good. We won't do that no more. Okay. Okay, listen, this weekend, I don't know what you're going to be doing. I hope that wherever you are, that you have great weather, and you can do some of the things that you normally do in great weather, barbecuing, picnics, and things like that. Maybe you want to do that. But if you happen to be in an area where maybe it's a little inclement and you can't go out, you have to stay in, and who knows, maybe all of us have to go out, have to stay in, just like we did in the beginning, right, with the pandemic. But it's good to know that you can still be entertained, and I will give you my pick, because I have just one movie this week. Because each week I give you the picks of the weekend on what you can watch on Turner Classic Movies. And this week, I have a movie that goes back to 1949, starring Gene Kelly and Frank Sinatra. It's called Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Anybody ever seen that one? Well, that's on Turner Classic Movie. That comes on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Everything I tell you, everything is Eastern, so you follow suit. Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Also in that movie, you had Betty Garrett. Betty Garrett, those of you who don't know who she is, she's the one that played Irene Lorenzo on All in the Family. And she was in that movie too. It's a great movie. It's a comedy about baseball. And of course, those of you who are sports, and I like to watch movies that are sports related, or if not sports related, then radio and TV related. I like those kind of movies, so I watch them. But this is a good one I'm not going to miss. I mean, I've seen it 1,000 times before, but you have movies, I'm pretty sure even you have movies even today that you watch, and you can watch it until your heart's content, and you'll never get tired of it. And there's quite a few movies that I like, that I enjoyed over the years, and I still never get tired of them. And I'll give you a few. Maybe you want to point out a few on your end, and see what you like. But one of the great movies that I watch over and over and over and over, Saturday Night Live is one of them. That's another one. Okay. Shawshank Redemption, which I saw the other night. It was on TV the other night. I could watch that. It's a pretty old movie, and I could watch that for days and days. I love that movie. Some of the old classic movies that I watch, Angels with Dirty Faces with James Cagney. I could watch that over and over and over again. Can't give you a list of everything because it's endless. It's endless. And I got to be honest with you, with the movies that they have today, I'm kind of it's to movies of today is just like music of today, and I'm not taking anything from the artists of today, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same, and I don't see anything original and things like that anymore in movies or television shows or even radio shows, and maybe even a show like this. You've probably seen a show like this before, you know, and we're here. We're just here. And I and maybe that's probably one of the reasons why I retired hung up my DJ shoes, because I did what I can do for radio, and I said, okay, now we're gonna leave it to the younger guys and let them handle it. But the music that they're playing today is nothing like it was before. Now, as far as I'm concerned, music, all the music industry to me ended in the 80s. That was it. After the 80s, that was it. I tolerated the 90s. The 90s was okay. But basically, after the 80s, the music industry just went down the tubes, as far as I'm concerned. Again, I'm not taking anything away from talents today. There are a lot of great talents out here. Some deserving to be out into the forefront. Some who are out into the forefront deserves not to be there. You know, the problem with artists, they always say, what's the problem with the artist? What do you have a problem with? Okay, the problem with today's artists, as talented as they are, but the problem with today's artists is that they're not really who they really are when they're out there on the stage singing and doing what they're doing. There's somebody else, because God knows we have more than enough Mariah Careys and more than enough Whitney Houstons and more than enough Luther Vandross and things like that. I listened to an interview with Tony Bennett a long time ago, and Tony Bennett once said that he didn't want to be compared to anyone else. He said the reason for that is that if you compared, or if you try to sound like anyone else for so long, and I said this to people who are going on in broadcasting, if you try to sound like a person for so long, then you become that person, then you're not really you. And that just holds the same for broadcasting. I do broadcasting. Now, people have their growing pains. You all have idols. We understand that. I had an idol of radio, Allan. I sound nothing like him, although I tried to in my earlier years. But, you stick with that for maybe a little bit until you develop yourself. But then later on, you have to say, okay, now I'm going to have to put that person out. And even though I will love that person for the rest of my life, I have to become my own man, or I have to become my own woman, right? And now you have to find your own style. And to find your own style, you have to search back. How do I want to approach a show? How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? How do I want to attract a person? How do I, what kind of gimmick do I develop for myself without sounding like that other person that I love so much? All right. And so those are the things you work on. So that's the problem I have with today's talent, that they don't really sound unique. No one sounds unique anymore. Sound good, but not unique. Let me repeat that. They sound good, but not unique. And if the more unique you are, the better person and a better artist you can be. So that's my advice right there. I'm going to get out of here. It's time to go. It's Friday, so my weekend just started. It's starting right now. We're going to be back here on next Thursday for Talk Back Live. And we do that. Brian Camp will be with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports. And that's Thursday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time. And hope you join me then. Other than that, I will be back here next week for more of the coffee hour. Brian Camp will be here. Hopefully, DJ Pete will be here, but we'll still cover for him even if he's not here. And that's every Friday between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern. And it's right here on YouTube. And please, I urge you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. May God bless you and take care of yourself. Bye bye.